What's up guys, here we are with part 2 of the League's Trailblazer videos. Jagex have just had their Q&A session, so I'll be highlighting some of the important answers from that video, then recapping it all at the end. Let's get into it.
Keep in mind though that Misthalin isn't what you would think it is in the wiki, so we are giving some leeway and also maybe taking away, so who knows what's in Misthalin.
Our premise is when you unlock a region, you should have anything given to you automatically that you would need to do the content in that region. So an example would be, and we've kind of spoken about this before, the whole world map is going to be available. So any single piece of content you can think of that isn't on Zaya.
With areas being locked, how will clue scrolls work specifically?
This is something we talked about fairly early on. We decided to have clue scrolls working like they do in the main game. So I believe our current, correct me if I'm wrong now, Husky, but I believe our current plan is to turn off the Saya steps and just leave clue scrolls as they are, PvP at least. So Wilderness is of course accessible in throughout the league, and not as a part of Misthalin, but it's there. And since everyone is an Ironman, we're doing safe death PvP for Wilderness. So you're still gonna be able to compete against spots. You're gonna be able to throw people back to Misthalin if they come to your favorite spot.
Actually, the next question: how will drop rates work? Are going to be increased, right?
Great.
Yes, we're going to be increasing drop rates, right? We're going to hopefully be increasing them through like the passive relic effects. So as you just unlock relics, you'll get drop rates. And the general rule of thumb we're going to have is if something is RNG for a task, its drop rate will be affected, otherwise not. But we'll have that list available.
So that's a huge amount of information we can unpack here. Let's start off in order. First, we find out that Misthalin, according to Jagex, isn't what we find on the wiki. I'm looking forward to finding out what the Jmods have planned for us and how they think that Misthalin is. It'll be interesting to see the differences. Another announcement included in there, and something that I'm glad to hear about, is that we're going to be provided with everything we need for skills. So, a small example of that will be a pestle and mortar for Herblore. So the clue hunters are probably happy to find out a little more about how clues are going to be functioning in this league. Jagex have decided that you can't receive any step that isn't on Zaya. So that means if you get a step in an area you haven't unlocked yet, or if you're out of unlocks, you're pretty out of luck. Who knows though, maybe like Twisted League will get a relic that'll buff up clue hunting. With the Wilderness eventually being unlockable, but everyone being an Ironman, Jagex have decided to make PvP a safe death. While I like the fact that you can't transfer items through PvP to keep the Ironman integrity, a safe death does feel a little too forgiving. Who knows, this might be changed, but that's the plan for PvP now. I can't wait to see the clans ragging over and contesting Revenants. Another important little bit of information is that drop rates are going to be buffed. This was said by Mod Husky on the stream, and primarily applies to luck-based grinds that apply to tasks, such as a sigil from Corp Beast. I guess that's a little preview of a potential task as well. They haven't given us a number or percentage yet, but it sounds like they'll make it realistic enough to actually grind it out for the tasks. There was much more in the interview I wanted to cover, but I thought I'd bring you the most important information first. I can't wait to bring you a massive in-depth guide before the release of the League and streaming gameplay here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one, and if you're feeling like a legend, you could give the video a like too. Catch you in the next one.